Tokyo is one of the most expensive places to live in the entire world, and the average price for a home over here is about $1 million, give or take. So that begs a very important question. What can you actually get with $1 million in Tokyo's most expensive neighborhoods? Well, today I'm going to show you, and right behind me just happens to be, by far, the most expensive building in all of Japan, the Toranomon Hills residential tower. Sadly, though, there are no apartments in there that are only for $1 million. So today we're going to see 3 different properties in 3 of Tokyo's most expensive neighborhoods. One a little small, one a little big, and one just the right size, in my opinion. Let's go see what Tokyo has to offer.
All 3 of these condos we'll see today are very close to each other. They're in the central areas of Minato and Shibuya, which are some of the most expensive parts of Tokyo. Condos in these parts regularly go over $1, $5, or even $10 million. These neighborhoods are loved by Tokyo's elite due to their proximity to Tokyo's business districts and because of their unbeatable restaurant and nightlife scenes. Now, let's go see the first one.
And now we're inside. And as you can see, it's not quite the largest and most grandiose entrance, but who really needs a large and grandiose entrance? You need a functional entrance, and that is what this is. You can see you have the floor-to-ceiling shoe closet over here. This one opens as well. And you think, why do you need all this shoe storage? And the reason is, if you think about it, in Japan, you come inside, the first thing you do is take off your shoes. And instead of leaving them here or, walking all over to the bedroom and putting them into your own closet, just chuck them into here. You'll even have more closet space for your other clothes. But the thing I like about this one is that, yes, there's a little more shoe storage space over here, but this place does come with a drip pan. And you can see the cameraman through that. Then this drip pan is not for your drippings from all of the Korean barbecue that you're gonna be making in here. No, this is a drip pan for an umbrella, because you can stick your umbrella right over on this hook over here, or on this guy if you moved it up a bit, and just have the water drip into there instead of messing up your nice closet. One more thing that I like about this is that it has this little space down here that you can use to put some slippers. That's right, because in Japan, people tend to use slippers a lot inside. So yeah, just chuck them up there and you're good to go. But coming into here, one thing to say about this place is that it is 100% brand new. This does have one owner, but the owner has never actually lived here before. And you can see even the light switches have the original stickers on them. But everything in here is brand new, including, of course, the magic toilet, which, if you get very close to it, will open up and say hi to you.
How may I help you?
Ready for you to do your business, and has all of the functions that you would expect in a very nice Japanese toilet. And one thing is that a lot of times people see that the Japanese toilets have a little spout on the top of them to just maybe conserve water and all that. This one doesn't have that. But it does have a sink right over here that you can use, of course, to wash your hands. Now, let's go over here and see the first bedroom, which is right over here. And as you can see, it's not the biggest bedroom, but again, you don't really need to have that much space. I would say this is perfect to have a little home office, or if you had a smaller bed, you could just chuck it right against that wall right there and have plenty of space over here to access your nice closet, right? So again, this is a city home, so you're not gonna have that much space. We're in a very central location. The whole place is only about 56 square meters, or about 600 square feet. But that is not including this massive rooftop balcony, which we'll get to in a minute. But before we do that, let's go see the kitchen. Here is the kitchen. It's a nice peninsula, as I call it. It's not quite an island, and it's not completely covered away. It's kind of jutting out, so it's a peninsula kitchen. And as you can see, you have these nice granite, never used countertops right over here. And just to show you exactly how new this place is, this should illustrate it. They still have the plastic on these parts of the kitchen. So this thing right here is an extension piece so that you have a little bit extra counter space. And also, if you look over here, you have this, which is a purposely built cutting board that fits exactly right here. So you can, do all of your shrimp gutting and then just get rid of all your shrimp guts right into the sink right there. And this kitchen has a couple of other little hidden features to it. So if you come over here, first off, you have your built-in little knife holder right here, which allows you to safely store away 4 knives just like that. And right next to that, you have, of course, a dishwasher, which is not a given in Japan. Not every kitchen will have a dishwasher, and this is of the normal size of dishwasher in Japan. It's not going to be a full-size Miele or anything like that, but it will at least be enough for 2 or 3 people, let's say. Right next to that, you have your 3-burner stove. This is gas. I personally prefer gas. And right under here, you have the defining piece of engineering in any Japanese kitchen, which is the fish grill. It also comes with this thing, which I've never actually seen before, but I think what you do with this is you heat this up. You can use this kind of like as a grill plate, and then on top, you put this and you can put some foil on it or something and just have it as a kind of mini oven or something like that. But of course, this being a brand new one, it does have all of the bells and whistles that you would think of. You can program exactly what kind of fish you're going to be doing. Is it going to be a semi-dried fish? Is it going to be kirimi, which is a fillet? Or are you going to be using this to make toast or whatever? It has certain settings just for that. But just like every other house and apartment in Japan, it does not come with a refrigerator or any other kind of appliances like that. But you do have a little bit extra storage right here. There is one more feature though. Come down over here and you can see that there's this little gap right down here. Now, what would that be for, you ask? And I wasn't too sure, but I actually talked to the owner about this. Apparently, this is where you can stick your Roomba so that you can charge it while it's in here without having to ever open up the door to let it go back into its little space. Or if you have a cat, that could just be a nice cat hideout spot. But right next to that, this of course uses gas, and so does the hot water in the bathroom as well. So you have to have a gas meter or a thing that you turn on the hot water with, and that would be right here. If you turn this on, this is a very high-tech one. I've never seen this before. Once you turn it off, you can see exactly how much your gas bill was yesterday and how much you're meant to spend for this month. That's pretty cool. But speaking of hot water, this is where the bathroom is. And as you can see, you have this space over here, which is where you stick your washing machine. Again, they don't really come with washing machines or fridges in Japan. And you have a little vanity over there as well, complete with all the storage that you need. But this guy over here, which I have shown on this channel a couple of times, this is the in-bath dryer panel right over here, which a lot of newer places will have. And with this, you can use this, as the name implies, as a clothing dryer as well, because once you go inside, you'll see that in the bath, you have these poles right here. And if you just press a button out here, then this guy up here will become a clothes dryer. But the nice thing about this one in particular is that it has one more little function that most places don't. They call it the mist sauna. So basically it is a steam bath. And I'm clothed right now, so I'm not gonna turn that on. But basically this guy over here, once you turn on the mist sauna function, then this becomes a nice steam bath right from out there. But just like every bath in Japan, you wash off over there and you relax over here in the surprisingly slippy bath, which is deep. I would say good for a very small family, but yeah, that's all you need to know. And even comes with a nice pole, because we all know that I need all the help to get out of a bathtub. But let's go see the living room. So coming out of the bathroom into the living room, first thing I want to show you is this little panel right over here. So open this guy up and you'll see there's a couple of numbers in here. This is the floor heating panel. Yes, that is right. This room has a floor heating system built into it, which is amazing in the winter because, well, you can also, of course, heat up your place, but unlike a normal air conditioner or heater, it doesn't dry the place. But speaking of air conditioners, this over here, you can see there is no AC here. Also the same thing with the first bedroom that we saw, and also this bedroom right over here. And this is actually the bigger of the 2 bedrooms. And the nice thing about this place is that it has its own little walk-in closet, which, as you can see, I have successfully walked into. It's not that big, but again, how much do you really need? Especially if you're buying this as like a little vacation home or something. You don't need to have all your stuff in there. Chuck it into storage or keep it at your other place. So we've already mentioned that Japanese houses don't come with any refrigerators or washing machines or AC units, but another thing that they generally do not come with is lights. Yeah, so this is actually a standard Japanese ceiling light plug, and well, again, most places don't come with them. This one, the developers were nice enough to supply, well, at least 2 of them, and they're not in this room, they're over back in that living room we're just in. But putting these back into their home, let's go see where the majority of the light is coming from right now, which is the balcony, which is right out here. And from this balcony, you can see you have a very nice view because you're on the top floor. There's nothing really blocking you. This is as high as the buildings can be built around here, so your view's not really going to change that much over time. That greenery over there, that's beautiful. And if you look really, really far over in the distance, you can actually see the edges of Meiji Shrine. So that's pretty nice. But there is actually one other balcony that we mentioned in the beginning. Let's go see that. So walk right through this living room and right through the large glass doors, and you can see you have your massive rooftop balcony. And think of all the parties that you can have on here. Look how big this thing is, right? It's about the same length as the entire apartment. It's about another maybe 20 square meters, 250 square feet, just on this and the other balcony alone. So really, if you include that, it's about 850 square feet or so. And that's pretty big in my book. So while I have you here, let's talk numbers. This place is listed for 159.8 million yen, which right now is about $1.15 million, just a bit over what we were talking about. But it should give you the idea of what you can get for $1 million, because we are in a beautiful location. This is a brand new building. The interior has never been used. And yeah, you get to be close to everything that you want to be near. But we have 2 more to go, so let's go see the next. So now we're in Toranomon, and right behind me is the next apartment. This is by far the smallest that we're going to see. It's only 45 square meters, or about maybe 500 square feet, and it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. So let's go see the inside. And now we're inside, and as you can see, it's not that big of an entrance, but if you're just a single person, you really need that big of an entrance. But you still get plenty of storage over here, if I can figure out how to open it. Yes, look at that. Plenty of shoe storage here, here, and over here as well. But my favorite part about this entrance is right over here. You can see you have your mirror just to get you ready in the morning, see that you look good before you go out. But say you're like me and you have a lot of trouble putting on your shoes in the morning without squatting down or sitting down, well, they got you covered with this little stool that's right over here. Just folds right up. It's like a Murphy bed for your butt. Isn't that nice? Put that right there. And step up here. Ooh, nice slippers as well. Come on over here into the bathroom. And this as well is not that large, but again, if you're a single person, totally fine. You have your sink over here, which actually this is a pretty good size, and it's filled with storage both down here and over here with these nice medicine cabinets. So one feature that I really like about this mirror setup over here is if you press on this switch, yes, you do have a little light down here, but another thing that it does is heat up the entire mirror so you don't have any fog issues when you get out of the bath, which you will get to in a second. But let's turn this guy off and go over to the toilet, which is conveniently located right over here. So just like every other new or renovated place in Japan, you have, of course, your Japanese toilet with all the different bells and whistles on it. And this one is what they call a tankless toilet, in that the, well, you don't have like a big tank behind it, but it's actually kind of all built within it. And as you can see, this is kind of like shaped like a pebble, right? Very round and good looking. And in Japan, for some reason, the most expensive toilets are the roundest. Don't know why that is. But let's go see the bath. And here it is. And look how clean it is. It's a brand new bath. Of course, everything in here is brand new, by the way. But this is what they call a unit bath. So everything is prefabricated off-site. They bring it here, they put it all together. But this is of the nicer variety. You can tell because you have these push-button faucets instead of the normal twisty kind. But basically, you twist this, you still have to twist something for the water pressure, then you can do your temperature over here, and then slowly fall right into, your bath, just like that. And if I wasn't laying like this, it would be quite comfortable. Let me try that. Yes, here it is. Much better. So this one has a little pillow built into it, so you can rest your head while you're reading a book or on your phone or whatever you want to do in the bath. And of course it has all the bells and whistles of every Japanese bath. But yeah, let's go see the bedroom. So this is a 46 square meter, about 500 square foot, one bedroom, one bath, or one LDK as they call it in Japan. And here is your bedroom. So this isn't the largest, but you can fit a queen or, you know, maybe a king if you really wanted to in here and yeah, have it be your bedroom. And right next to that, of course, is your walk-in closet, which in my opinion is probably the best part of this apartment. It's where you put all your clothes, right? But second best part of this apartment would be right out here on the balcony. And as you can hear, yeah, it's a little bit loud out here, not going to lie. Oof. But luckily, your windows are going to be very thick and dual paned, so yeah, you can't really hear anything inside. And you do get a nice sized balcony too, so you could have a couple of tables and chairs or something like that over here. And yeah, see your beautiful mid-Tokyo view. Not much of it, but hey, you get some sunlight at least, right? Now, let's go see the final room, the living room. And as with the entrance and the bedroom, it's not the biggest, but again, perfect for a bachelor or bachelorette pad, right? For some reason, it has one of the largest, I don't know what you would call this, refrigerator areas I've ever seen. So you could fit basically a Viking fridge in here if you wanted to, a big two-door industrial one. Or you could just have a regular size fridge and maybe a little more counter space or something like that. Completely up to you, but you have two plugs to do what you would like with it. And this is a standard fare, what they call system kitchen. These are all, again, a standard size and everything. But the one thing that I like about this is that you do actually have a garbage disposal. This is the lid for it. So you put in your garbage in there and your garbage disposal will start whirring away and doing its job. So this is a very square room, so it makes it kind of easy to lay things out in the way that you would want. So you can have your living room area over here and your dining room over there, or you can have your dining room over there and your living room over here. Kind of works in whatever way you want, but you have this over here, this little ledge, or as I like to think of it, a cat bench where your cat can just sit here and stare down at nothing because that's what cats do for some reason. But one other thing that this place does have, which I find unique, is this. It is called a picture rail, this little thing up here. And as you can see, there's these hooks, so you can string your photos and your pictures, whatever you want to hang up there without having to drill holes into the wall. So this is a pretty modest place. It's not that big, but it's perfect for a single person, maybe a couple or something like that. It's 103 million yen, so just about $750,000. But let's go see another one. So we're here at the last building. This is in Harajuku, and this is one of my favorite areas, just south of the first place that we saw. But right behind me, you can see the building itself. It's from the 1970s, so it's a bit on the older end, but the unit inside is a beautifully renovated duplex. Yeah, a duplex. And it's just about 1,000 square feet or about 95 square meters or so. But yeah, let's go see it. So I don't usually show the entranceways to the buildings, but this one I had to show you, and allow me to just nerd out a little bit on this. What I love is that, of course, you put in the key to open up the door, but most doors in Japan will just slide open. Just watch what happens when I turn the key here. It goes like that. I don't have another word for it. But once we're in here, you can see just how 1970s it is. Just look at these wooden mailboxes. Everything in here is handmade, and it looks like a cubby. You know, it's like you would see in a school or something like that. But enough about the building. Let's go see the unit. And now we're inside, but my favorite part about the entrance, right, is how large and just free-feeling it is. But it does have one little secret, which if you look really closely, you'll see, yeah, there's actually a giant window right here, leading directly into the living room. So this has a magnificent living room and dining room, as you can see. But hold on, let's come over here first. I do want to show you the kitchen. And what I love about this is just the design. This place is originally from 1978, but the people who renovated it turned it into something that could have been built last year, to be honest. Just look at the design features on here. All of this hardwood used in the drawers and all that right down here. And also just little touches like the Caesar stone counter. And also this, which I literally have never seen in Japan before. This is a ceramic sink. Yeah, I mean, in Japan, they almost always just use steel. So this is great to see over here. And it's Kohler, so that's pretty cool. And right over here, we have the little Bosch dishwasherette kind of thing right here. It has 3 stories of stuff to put all of your plates and even your forks and stuff like that too. But the best part about this dishwasher is, of course, well, the name. It is the Bosch Silence Plus. Yes, with the Hygiene Plus mode as well. All right, whatever. The Germans are very hygienic, I guess, so we'll leave that to them. Right next to this is, of course, your stovetop. This is an induction heat stove, 3 burner, as you can see. 3 kilowatts is pretty much as high as you can get for a spec in Japan. So this will boil your water and heat up whatever you want very quickly. So this is where you actually do the cooking yourself, but let's say you want to do a little prep work, you do it over here on your islands. And this island is very functional. It has all this storage down here, some open storage over here with the adjustable shelf as well. And you could use this as a breakfast bar if you wanted to. You could just pull up a couple of stools or something, or you could do like the place that renovated it decided to kind of dress it up and do, which would be put your dining room table right here. And you can have your whole setup. There's some very nice looking plates, by the way, and have your porridge in the morning right here, fresh from the kitchen. So right next to the dining area is, of course, the living area. So let's go take a look at that. But what I like about this place is that even though it's not the largest place, it feels very open. And that's because of the way that they laid things out. You have the open kitchen over there that allows you to see the entire place while you're cooking. So you can talk with your dinner guests and even the people who are lounging around right over here and reading the, what is this? The very intriguing books that you have on structures of control in health management. Okay, we'll put that back down. So one thing you may have noticed about these floors is that they are made of tile, and having tile floors is just not that common in Japan. I quite like how they look, but what I really like about them is that they have another one of these, again, the floor heater. So you have one unit over here, and then you have another one in the kitchen, so you can keep your feet warm and toasty while you make your warm toasties. Great, yeah. Now let's go see the second floor. But actually, there is one thing I wanted to show you on this floor before we go upstairs. It would be this little roomlet right over here. And you can tell when you come inside that this is built directly under the staircase because it's at an angle. And it seems to have a visitor in it, yeah. Not sure if this cone comes with it. If you want the cone, we can probably arrange for the cone. So just let me know. But it potentially comes with a cone. Yeah, so let's go upstairs now. Okay, you're finally upstairs, and this is the definition of a bachelor pad. I mean, yeah, you have your toilet right there. That's all nice and dandy, pretty normal toilet. But right next to that is my favorite part of this entire apartment. Come on in, come on. You gotta see this. This is the closet. Just look at how big this place is. You have shelves over here. You have racks over here. Another set of racks over there as well for his and hers, or just yours if you have a lot. And you even have a little place to sit. And ooh, it swivels too. You have a little cow print swivelable stool thing here just to put on your socks in the morning or something like that. Or take off your socks in the evening. And that's what you'd probably want to do right before you get to your massive bed over here, right in the middle of the room. And why is it in the middle of the room, you ask? Well, that's a great question. I'll show you why. If you look over there, you have a desk, and that's built right into the wall. If you look behind me, you'll see the bath, which we'll get to in a second. So where do you put the bed? Right in the middle. I think it's good for feng shui or something like that. but I think it's also the perfect place for this bed. Now, let's walk right over here and show you said desk that we were talking about. I quite like this. I mean, this is a good place to do a little work with you and, you know, your special one, or just read some nice books about, wow, there's a lot of books here. This one is about Kenya. There it is. Kenyan architecture, and just have your little cappuccino in the morning. And when you're done, you can come over to the bathroom, which feels like you're in a hotel, and I'll show you why. Do you see this? This is a dual vanity, basically in the middle of your bedroom, right? But it's not close enough to your bed so that you'll actually splash. It's a perfect distance away, so you can do all your makeup in the morning or your whatever skin treatments you need to do. And you also have your bath and shower right over here, literally for everybody to see, right? This is why it's more or less a bachelor pad, right? But just look at the size of this bath. This doesn't feel that big in maybe other countries, but in Japan, this is considered gigantic. And yes, the bath is probably the biggest one that we've seen today, to be honest. It's also a Kohler, just like the sink downstairs and the sinks up here as well, which you don't really see in Japan. But this place has the best feature of all, which is the rain shower. So I'm out of the shower, I'm ready to go to bed. But before we go to bed, let's just talk a little bit about the numbers. So in today's video, I kind of led you guys on a little bit. Basically everything else was either a little bit over $1 million or a little bit under $1 million. But just so that you guys can't say, oh, you know, this is clickbait. This property is 139 million yen, which is exactly $1 million, at least as of today's exchange rate. So of the three that we saw today, what was your favorite? Leave it in the comments below. And while you're there, you can always contact me if you want to learn anything else about these properties. My link will be in the description. And until next time, thanks for watching.